Our original plan was to be in Turks and Caicos for 3 days, but it ended up being more like 3 weeks.
This wasn't the first time I've been stuck in Turks and Caicos. I was stuck here during the pandemic, so I'm very familiar, and getting stuck here again felt like I was never going to be able to leave.
I know anytime I go anywhere with Jocelyn, it's some sort of adventure, but I'm not sure I was quite ready for this one.
After 6 days at sea, we planned to be in Turks and Caicos for just 3 days before heading to DR, but it turned out to be more like 3 weeks.
We knew the boat needed repairs. We just didn't know how much damage had actually happened and how many repairs we needed to do.
Marina dog, chillin'. Allie?
I'm just editing our latest video.
I'm up the mast right now, checking out the damage of the baby stay, seeing if we can replace it. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. Okay, now I gotta go all the way to the top, see how our forestay is going. See if that's still tickety-boo. The good news is the mast didn't fall down. The bad news is we needed to replace the forestay. 4 wires of the forestay had been broken out of the 19, which is very unsafe to sail that way. So when I got up there, I knew immediately that we were going to be stuck there for a while. Hi, my name is Jocelyn. In 2019, I bought a 38-foot sailboat and filled it with my best friends. We named her the Belafonte, and together we're sailing the world, proving that ordinary people can do extraordinary things. This is sea sondering. My phone won't even work. I can't even get help. I can't even get help anymore. We're going back up the mast to measure the pieces of the forestay to make sure we order the right pieces. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Came up on the top of the mast here, measuring the pin with full forestay, which is this guy here, and making sure that all the numbers are right, so that when we order pieces, these are all right. So I climbed up here with the calipers, and I just throw those guys on there, kind of like that, and measure it, and it's 5/8. Here's the view from the top. Doing constructions over there. Stuck in paradise. Doing boat work. There's Julia down below. Jules, wave to the camera!
Julia had to head back to work in Canada, and it just totally felt like we lost one of our limbs, and it wasn't the same without her at all.
We have a joke on the boat that Julia is always on our adventure during the best parts, and this was no exception. She happened to have to leave right when we got to Turks, right when we found out everything was broken and we'd be stuck there. So it was extra sad saying goodbye to her. It was like we lost our best friend. When Julia left, though, we did receive my mother, who came to visit for a vacation for a few weeks, and that was a blessing. She helped out so much. Unfortunately for her, I think she had to do a bit more work than she anticipated.
In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jocelyn's mother, and I'm the original sailor of the family. I've been sailing for 40 years, longer than Jocelyn's been alive, and took her sailing at 16 weeks and bungeed her in and threw a bottle at her and said, "Sorry, baby, you gotta stay there, it's too rough." So I felt a bit like a 1950s housewife for the first 2 weeks. I was cooking, cleaning, and sewing the Dodger back together. Well, the girls did the hard stuff, the rigging and the boat repairs, which I wasn't doing at all. Not quite what I signed up for, but we got it done.
Once we realized that the forestay was broken, and we figured out what type of pieces we need to order to replace the baby stay and the forestay, gave us some time to do all the other boat work that we needed to do. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise.
I started fixing the jib car that had exploded. My mom had brought pieces that my dad had made for us to like jury rig it back together, which was quite an interesting experience. Get off! My dad is at home and he's like the guy behind the computer when something breaks, and I call him and I'm like, Dad, this broke. How can we fix it? Our budget is $0 and whatever you have in the garage. And so he's like, did you collect the ball bearings that flew out? And I was like, yeah, so the ball bearings flew out like in the high seas and we have like 4 of them. Oh, maybe 3 now. And so he's like, okay, so we built replacement pieces out of aluminum, and then he went around and like got old ball bearings from a bike shop that had been holding onto them since the 80s. So that's what we're using right now, and it's not going to be an exact like replacement, but we're going to see if it will work.
I feel like we're astronauts in space, and Jocelyn's dad is like
Ground
center
control?
command.
Ground control? Yeah.
Yeah, ground control.
I have a piece of aluminum, a saw.
Like that Apollo 13 scene. We've got a square peg and a round hole. Tell us how to fix it with what we've got on board.
Do you have toilet paper? No! After not eating all day and drilling many holes, I got these pieces on here, but I don't know if it's gonna fit on the track with these pieces, so now I'm gonna test it out. Big time. I'm not lost my mind today. I'm totally fine. We have to build the car on the track because the track, we can't slide it on the track. There's a pad eye in the way on this side, and on the other side there's like a stopper, and the stopper won't come off.
What's a pad eye?
I'll show you. This is a pad eye. We're unknown if that pad eye was put there after the track and the person like just messed up, or if it's supposed to be there and supposed to come off. Either way, I can't find the nuts to this, like I can't find the end of it. I went in the lazarette, I went in the bed, there's like literally a wall and it just like doesn't exist. It's just like in like a black hole. Now we're filling this with ball bearings, which is like, okay, that's easy. But then we actually have to put ball bearings here in between the track and this, which is the hardest part about building it on a track. They said it can't be done, folks, but our alternative also can't be done. So here we are. We got the ball bearings in here, and I put tape on here so they're not gonna fly out. And I have one side on to help them stay in there. That's a pro tip there. And I can do that because I don't have that, because there is actually a stopper. If I had the actual piece, it would be a whole circular thing here, and that would be no good. Okay, so then I get that piece on and I slide it on. Okay, and now I gotta, look, slides just like butter. Okay, now I have to fill up these holes with the ball bearings. So we need a poker to poke them inside.
And we don't have a chopstick on board, but luckily we have our broken baby stay attachment.
Ooh.
Ding, 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 call us resourceful.
They said it couldn't be done. And then you slide the tape out, holding the ball bearings in there. If you guys are watching this and are impressed, I am currently unemployed and I'm looking for someone to pay me to do literally anything. So maybe one day we can buy a new car instead of just using aluminum. It's done. We did it. Good enough.
In addition to getting the rigging sorted, we fixed the sail. I put a new propeller onto our outboard engine. We tried to rewire the fan in my bedroom, and I put some safety wire on the bolts on our wind vane so that they never fall off, which would be really bad. And also Cindy completely restitched our Dodger that was coming apart. And we organized all the nuts and bolts. I think that's everything, but honestly, every single day was just jam-packed with boat work.
No.
I'm trying to rewire my fan in my bedroom, and this wire is corroded.
Bedroom.
So, my very large bedroom. And so I'm stripping the wire.
Okay.
So 0.8 is gonna cut the tubing off of it. And then now I can get to the non-corroded part.
Beautiful. Ellie now fixing the wind vane from the paddleboard. Is this an upgrade from the dinghy or a downgrade?
I'm gonna say a downgrade because it's really very movie. It moves a lot.
It's moving.
As you guys might remember, our sail ripped off at the clew on our way here, as well as everything else. And so I just thought I'd show you how we fixed that. This is the clew, this bottom triangle on the sail, and all of these patches were ripped off. So we were gonna sew them back through because we have a hand sewer for sails, but it's just way too hard because it's reinforced fabric. So Cindy and I just put some super glue on them, and we'll see how it goes. It's really easy to just get caught up in boat work and forget that you're actually stuck in a beautiful place. I think that happens anywhere in life, but especially on the boat, it's so important to keep that perspective, especially, you know, with everything else going on in the world. Our problems really were not big at all.
Although we were stuck and felt a bit defeated, we were stuck in paradise, and I did have friends in Turks from before, and they showed up for us non-stop. Thank you to Tim and Greg.
It wasn't all work. We tried to stop every day at 2. Most days we made it, and we had some adventures. Greg took us to the kite beach where Joss kited. Ellie and I chose not to take the rental car, but to sit in the back of Greg's truck and ride down the road, and you got to smell the smells and hear the noises, and that in itself was an adventure.
Turks and Caicos is like a kite mecca, and they have beautiful beaches, white sand beaches and blue water, and kiting there is amazing. I was super lucky that I got to go kiting, and that really made the trip feel like vacation again. It was amazing.
We went snorkeling, we checked out some of the different beaches.
It was so nice to get off the boat and get back in the water, which we hadn't done since we were in the Bahamas. And even though we couldn't spear dive or anything like that, it was just nice to be with the fish.
The real work started once the forestay arrived in the mail.
And things started to go sideways.
Watch out! Fuck! Turned right around. Didn't have to recheck in. Immigration said, hey, it's you. I knew you'd never make it. 'Cause we're stuck in paradise on a broken boat. I'd sail away, but I don't think we would float. Yeah, we're stuck in paradise with a broken boat. We'd sail away, but we don't know how long we're gonna float. came back, I didn't even have to knock on your door. I just walked right in and sat right down and said, hey, it's me again. And you said, grab a drink, it's in the fridge, settle in, my friend. Because we're stuck in paradise on a broken boat. We tried to sail away, but we didn't think we were gonna float. Stuck in Turks and Caicos. Yeah, we're never gonna leave. Stuck in Turks and Caicos. Can you believe it? Just like before, it's all the same. Is it a mirage? Is time passing? Or is it all happening? Am I here now? Have we left? Is everything the same? The pool looks the same. But everything feels like it's changed. Turks and Caicos, will you ever let me leave? I'll promise I'll try just one more time and then maybe you'll see that I don't belong here. This is not where I live. Please let me go now. Please don't stuck me in paradise. I'm trying to sail to the Caribbean now. I've tried twice. Oh, I'm stuck in paradise on a broken boat. I tried to sail away, but we just don't think we're gonna float. Stuck in Turks and Caicos, and we're trying to leave.